Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne. On my channel, I review foreign international content. So today I'm back again, and this one is from South Korea. And all I can say is, I'm gonna review season 2 of Love featuring Marriage and Divorce. And I had watched season 1. So if you have not watched season 1, you want to do yourself a favor and watch that first, and then come join us to watch season 2. It's currently playing. We're up to 8 episodes. So I'm gonna review from episode 1 to 8 of season 2. Now, I will say why I did not review season 1. When I watched season 1, I was so mad. I'll be honest, I even gave it a thumbs down for rating because I was just like, what was that? And I'll say, and you guys can tell me if you watch season 1, it felt like season 1 was a case of married men all going ahead and cheating on their wives. And all these different wives are good women, apart from one who I'm gonna get into. You know who I'm talking about, the girl who does who works at the radio station, the lead. Anyway, so when I first watched that, I was just like, what a waste of my time. Did I just watch 16 episodes? And then I was just like, did a man write this script and then trying to make us, and the way they made it justified, like why all these men are cheating. And then the other thing that just drove me crazy was the fact that all the women acted weakling. Like they were all weaklings. Like, oh, so he's cheating on the wife because, oh, the wife works too hard. She's not taking care of herself. And then the one who they're cheating with, no, they're married and they're like, oh, please don't leave me. I just want to be with you. I'm not going to ask for much because I know you're married. I was just like, where did they find all these weak women that are allowing this man to just run all over them? So that was when season 1 ended, I was just like, what the H? It just was really upsetting. Like, what? But season 2 showed up, and all right, how about redeeming yourself? Because now it is fire. Like reckoning and the blame and all that stuff you were doing. The day of reckoning has arrived for all these men. And woo! And the women have gotten their power back. And I'm like, okay, now this feels more like really this is kind of what would happen in real life. Don't make it sound like all these women would just be like, oh, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, without further ado, let's get to season 2 of Love featuring Marriage and Divorce. So I feel like to review this show, you almost have to do a map and pick one family, a couple, talk about them, and then the next one. So I'm gonna start off with the family of Yoshin. So he's married to Seo-kyung, and then in the relationship, we find out that he is cheating with Ami in the show. She is like an actress, and they kind of meet up. He's a doctor, a psychologist. He is like Mr. Perfection, right? He's good looking, tall. He's a doctor. He's got a good looking wife. He's got a good daughter. And then it's like, it's not enough. So then he meets this kind of an actress, and he just takes to her. She comes off looking so wounded. I think her family's in America. She's had some psych issues. It looks like he's mentoring her, but then one thing leads to another, and the girl falls in love with him. And she was the worst because she was so weak. She's the one who's begging him, like, don't leave me. I know you have a family. And then now season 2, she's just like, you really can't leave your wife for me? And oh, what a mess. And then to even add more, craziness to this story is Shin Yoshin as stepmother is crazy, right? Can you guys just say? I know she raised him, and she was younger, but that story of his stepmother, I know they're close, but the amount of boundaries she's willing to cross. I mean, she's the stepmother, but in her heart, she'd want him to date her. Her husband just recently died. When he got sick, you can tell she let him die. You have to watch season 1. That was crazy. So that is also weird. Like, what kind of a crazy stepmother does that? And then now she just moved into their home, so she is close to him, and the way she looks at him, the way she goes to their bedroom is just creepy as all get out. So there is that. So now his wife is catching on. Actually, you have to keep watching. And this girl who he's dating, his side piece, is wanting more. And then so he is getting caught, and so he decides to end the relationship. And then this girl, in episode 8, we see how she spirals with drinking and not doing well. So you have to keep watching. I can't wait to see what happens after this, because now the wife just put 2 and 2 together. Woo! I can't wait for episode 9. I cannot wait for episode 9. Okay, so then the next guy we're gonna meet is Pan Sa-hyun, and he is married to Bo Heri or Hyri. Now, the wife, young wife, works in a radio station. She is one of those. She's smart. She's pretty and young, and she knows it. So let's just say, and it sounds like maybe their relationship was more of like a family setup, and then they were made to marry each other. So it doesn't seem like, to begin with, they had love anyway. So she's one of those. She's selfish, and she is always criticizing him. What are you wearing? What are you eating? Go work out. You don't want to gain weight. And then, to make the matters worse, she does not want to have children. She doesn't want to have children. She doesn't want to mess up her beautiful figure. So let's say the husband is a little bit like tired, exacerbated. She's not very kind to him. So he ends up meeting Sung-won's character in the gym. And they're just being friendly, talking, that kind of thing. We find out that Sung-won's character was married, and because she could not have children, her husband divorced her. So she's also like, very hurt. So they just kind of like, being buddies, start talking, and one thing leads to another, and they hook up, and she gets pregnant. Okay? And at this point, that was all season 1. And at this point, his wife, Bo Hye-young, has found out, and she is putting him through the ringer. Initially, she wanted a divorce, and then once she found out that the other girl got pregnant, now she doesn't want a divorce. And then we are also introduced to Park Sang-hyo's parents, who I love. I really love their relationship, and they are trying to help their son. Like, whoa, that lady is pregnant with our grandchild. That means we have a chance to having a grandchild. We need to take care of her. And then they meet her, and they're like, oh, she's like the perfect daughter-in-law compared to the other one who is like, doesn't cook. She cares about her figure, doesn't want to have children. So they start to fall in love with this other girl. And then obviously the wife finds out, and whoa, there's one scene where they meet in a restaurant, and she just found out that the parents have been spending time together with the girl who got pregnant, and they all coincidentally are having dinner, and she loses it. The way she beats up her husband, oh wow, that was crazy. So that's interesting, because now where we're at, they're talking about divorce, and then the girl who's pregnant is like, I'm gonna get out of your way. I don't want to cause any issues. Clearly I've caused enough. I'll go away and raise my child in peace, because I can tell what we did has caused a lot of pain. I also love that they do explore his parents' relationship, where the dad is this old-fashioned dude who expects the wife to do everything and is never grateful and is always nice to other people than her. And when she finally was like, enough is enough, I'm not taking this anymore, she packs her bags and goes to a cruise, and she's not talking to him. He was like, whoa, I need to change. And I love that it was the girl who's pregnant who was like, you need to apologize. And when you do, it needs to be sincere. Like, you can't act like you're not being sincere. You need to change and show appreciation, because she's been here for you this whole time and you seem to treat everybody else better than her. So really interesting. So we'll wait to see what becomes of that relationship. Would they actually divorce? Are they gonna stay together? He really has fallen in love with the lady who has his child. So what's gonna happen there? Woo, can't wait to see. And then the last couple that we meet who frustrated me, he's like the worst, is Park Hae-ryung's character, and he is married to Lee Se-yoon, and they have these 2 children, a daughter and a son. He starts having an affair with Nam-gambin, and his excuse was the worst and the most frustrating thing ever. Just tell his wife, I fell out of love with you, I feel like you've let yourself go, you work too hard, your hands always have medicine patches. She's the writer for the radio show, and really she put him through school and supported the family with that same job. Now all of a sudden you think she's old just because this girlfriend of yours that you like, she's a musician, Namgambi, and he decides, he tells his family, and he's got a daughter and a son, and he leaves them. He leaves even his children for this woman. It was the scenes of him and his children and the heartbreak, and just the way they just like, wow, you meet a woman and we don't exist. Like, it's just crazy. And in season 2, even more frustrating, because they've gotten together and now they want to get married, and he's even having the audacity to come talk to his ex-wife about, oh, don't tell her about me. And then the wife is like, oh, you don't want her to find out what kind of a person you are because maybe she may change her mind. And then Namgambi wants to meet with the ex-wife and kind of want the children to be in his life, and she's like, aren't you not asking too much right now? You pretty much destroyed my family, and then now you want me to have my children come visit him. Like, it was so heartbreaking. The scene with him and his daughter, and the daughter just had told the dad off. What the mom could not say, she did, and she wasn't even worried about it. I was just like, yep, you do it. And you just worry like these children will want nothing to do with their father because of how he betrayed them. Like, just crazy. But anyway, I think season 2 is so much better and more realistic, and I am appreciating the reckoning, because season 1 was so frustrating to watch all this going on, and these women are all so weak looking. As women, I was just like, this is just sending us all the way back. Like, women are strong, you know? So anyway, I'm really enjoying it. This is we're up to episode 8. I wanted to jump on here and say, get to watching Love, featuring marriage and divorce. It's really good. And season 2 has picked up, and it is fire. It is binge worthy. You just want to see what happens next. But I'll tell you, season 1 may frustrate you, because I was just like, what? It was so unrealistic, and this man just coming up with all kinds of excuses was so frustrating to watch. But I'm grateful that they're redeeming themselves in season 2, because it's really fantastic. So please go ahead and watch this show. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. To my Korean friends, kamsahamnida, and I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign show. Please do give me a like, subscribe. It does help support my channel. Thank you. Deuces.